Welcome everybody to another episode of the What's the Scumbag podcast YouTube edition. And today we're going to talk about gear and two things in particular, and one of them I didn't know about. So let's get started with the cot. Disclaimer, this is not a World War II era cot. This is a cot that was given to me by a friend of mine who served in the Army and Navy around the 70s and 80s. So first things first, I am aware that this is not a World War II era cot, but it's very similar. It's almost exactly the same, but with more modern material. So let's get started. And for those of you who have never set up a cot, I'm going to show you some things to make it a little easier. Take the cot, unfold it. Set it up. Done. So first thing you want to do, I call these head poles and foot poles. I don't know what the actual term is, but you have these little holes here on this indent. So you have your indented slant, you got a hole here. Indented slant, you got a hole there. Take your pole, slide it through the loop, the fold. There are two little thumbnails that you're going to take that pole and stick it into. These thumbnails right here. These little thumbs right there. Those are going to go into the hole. Now your canvas is going to be taut. This is where it gets a little hard. Once again, take your stick, slide it through your ring. Here's the secret. Put your feet here. Pull. Put your foot here. Pull. Voila. You now have a completed cot. Good night. Now that we have this cot set up, the whole real reason for this video, have you ever wondered what these extra holes are for? I often have. I often too wondered what they're for, but never took the time to look it up on the internet. Well, because I'm lazy. But last week I was surfing through eBay like I always do, and I came across the answer. What if I told you those holes were for poles? So now I got my cot set up and got my poles installed. Next question is, what are the poles for? There you go. This is where it gets simple. Got to keep in mind, military, keep it simple. Everything's simple. Got poles, poles go in the holes. Let's find out what goes on the poles. Mosquito netting. That's what the holes are for. The holes are to put your poles in so you can have a mosquito net around your cot so you can sleep more efficiently if you're lucky enough to have access to a cot in a war zone. I know these were issued late war down in the Pacific for the Marines. This one is original, as you can see. Sadly, it did tear on the other side as I put it on for the first time, so I will have to mend that. This is one of those artifacts that are original that I will not use during reenacting. I will use for display purposes only. But I like the idea of having a mosquito net. So what do you do? And so what you do is you get yourself a newer one with less historical value to it, so that at night, if you find yourself at a reenactment with lots of mosquitoes, you put this one on so that if you're tossing and turning at night, you won't have to worry about ripping up and tearing your original 80-year-old net that's super delicate, like I just slightly tore that other one when putting it on for this demonstration. So there you go. Now I can go to sleep without concerns of mosquitoes. And so if you ever wondered what the holes were for in the poles, there you go. The holes in the poles are for more poles so you can hang up a mosquito net. Even though it's 9:30 out here, it's still hot outside. And I want to show you this if the camera person wants to pull in a little bit. This is one of the things that has been on my bucket list for a while. This is an original front seam fixed bail helmet. Now I know some of you are getting excited about seeing what's inside of here, and we'll get to that momentarily. But what we have here is a Schluter front seam fixed bail helmet. Question for you guys. As you can see, there's a lot of paint on here. Paint's all running and dripping. See the yellow on here? I was talking to the same guy who gave me this cot, and he thinks at some point in time, when his helmet saw service, it was probably painted yellow, maybe for a range officer or somebody in the military base who needed to stand out, and then it got painted OD green once again. I'm really thinking about taking this down to an auto body shop, having the media blast it, take off all that original paint so I can restore it. What do you guys think? Should I restore it, or should I just leave it the way it is, throw some chin straps on it, because I'm going to make this part of my early Marine Corps impression. So give me your guys' thoughts on that. Should I restore it, or should I just leave it alone even though it has this yellow paint on it? Second thing I want to show you guys is this. Some of you guys are getting real excited, like, oh wow, he's got a Hawley Liner. Sadly, it's not original Hawley Liner. This is what I'm calling my Hollywood Hawley Liner, and I'm sweating profusely, and for that I apologize, but I'm calling this my Hollywood Hawley Liner. I found this on eBay. Get a close-up shot here, Nugget. From a distance, it looks like it has cloth material on it. It does not. They simply imprinted it into the plastic that they used. The description says that this mold was from the same molds that were used for the production of the HBO Pacific. Clearly, this is not complete. Doesn't have the sweatband. Has the wrong color sweatbands in there, and sadly the chin strap is not correct. It doesn't have the slide chin strap, it has the clip chin strap. My question for you guys is, should I get brave, take the sweatband out, get some material, put some 3M glue on here, put the material on here, order the rayon sweatbands from our friends over at J. Murray, and make this an early Guadalcanal impression helmet? I'm not too concerned with my cloth skills, because some of you may know that I used to build ambulances back in the day, and part of my job was to do interior, to put carpeting in and complete it. So let me know what you guys think. This is the Hollywood Hawley Liner. You'll see these on eBay. As I said, they're not completed, just hard plastic. So it's good for doing, reenactments, and you don't have to worry about destroying a real Hawley Liner. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us for another hot, sweaty episode in the old garage. I hope you enjoyed the cot, the mosquito net, the Hawley Liner, and the front seam fixed bail helmet. Please let me know if I should fix that or leave it alone. And by the way, head over to W.T.S.P WorldWar2.com. We put out a new podcast about once or twice a month, and we now have a new co-host named Jeff Copsetta. And please like, subscribe, share us with your friends, and thank you so much.
This has been a Digital 410 production.